Welcome back to Mass Appeal. Gas explosions, they are nothing new to Western Massachusetts. In November of 2012, a gas explosion leveled a building in downtown Springfield and damaged dozens of others. And 2 weeks ago, 8 people were killed when a gas explosion caused 2 apartment buildings to collapse in New York City. But one local man is trying to help save lives with an invention for a device that automatically shuts off your fuel when a leak is detected. And joining us to share more is that man, Ray Bronner, the owner of the Bronner monitor. It's a pleasure to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So this is the device that you've come up with. Tell us all about how it works.
I tie a carbon monoxide detector in to my patented gas meter bracket. Once the detector goes off, reading gas leak or carbon monoxide poisoning, it'll send an alert to the bracket and it'll shut off the gas to the whole house. Really, there's no need to run or call for rescue because it'll have already saved your life.
So in layman's terms, basically it's an automatic valve that shuts off.
Exactly.
And this makes it so much easier.
Well, a lot of times the fire department has to rush to a scene because gas explosion kills in just 10 minutes. This way, there's less run for emergency, and for you to have to run out of the house in the middle of the night. It shuts off automatically.
And we were saying, you were saying earlier, we've put a man on the moon, we've done this, we've done that, yet we haven't been able to solve this problem.
Well, that's what I say. If you knew me, that's all I do is preach this. I'm a plumber by trade, and we take an oath for the health and well-being of the nation. And I do take it serious, and when I see something that needs to be addressed, we could stop this. And I always say, we have a Range Rover on the moon, and people walking on, people walking on the moon and Range Rover on Mars. It's easy to shut this off automatically. There's no need to run or call for rescue, and it saves your life already.
That's true. We've done so much in our lives. We've invented so many things. There's no need for us to have to run away when gas is an issue. Something like this can easily solve the problem.
Yes, I see. Nobody sees the big picture. I hate to say it, but if it was a giant plane crash and 200 people died all at once, they would say it was a problem, we got to fix it, or just what happened recently. With carbon monoxide and gas leak, it's a situation where there's an accident over there. The next town over has an accident, maybe a couple states over, New York City. You know, nobody sees the whole big picture. I'm pulling it all together and looking at it and going, oh my God, look at how many people. 66,000 people will have passed away from carbon monoxide poisoning in the last 20 years. I've graduated school 30 years ago, and I'm counting the numbers up. And if I can do something about it to prevent it, this is my call, and this is my niche.
Well, and you were saying you were at a football game a few years back, and you saw that stadium, the Patriot Stadium, holds...
Well, at first I went to Fenway Park, and my buddy took me tickets and said, I go, oh my God, 60,000 people. As a plumber, I'd be able to save this many people. What a great thing. And he says, Ray, this is only 30,000. You want to see 60, you need to go to Gillette Stadium. And when you see all the faces and the impact that that family member lost, or out of that family, and the kids and something like that, it needs to be changed. We need to make new laws, new regulations where gas doesn't blow up. It's easy shut off. It can detect it. We might as well eliminate it and shut it right off.
So if someone's interested in something like this, say someone's watching right now and they're saying to themselves, well, gee whiz, this is a great idea. How can they get something like this in their home?
Well, they can email us at thebronnermonitor@gmail.com, or they can call my house personally and I'll answer the phone. It's 413-786-0045, and we'll make sure that this terrible tragedy doesn't have to happen. We can eliminate it. It's the #1 cause of accidental deaths in America. And as a little plumber, to be able to do that, eliminate it, not even take it down a couple hundred, it'd be a great thing for me.
And it's doable too. That's the thing.
Yes.
You were saying it takes people to just recommend a simple change, and sometimes those changes are hard to be implemented, but it can be done.
Yes, and one of the most important things I want to tell people that it's actually your responsibility in the home when it comes to gas and carbon monoxide poisoning. You call the fire department and they do their best to come over and rescue, and the gas company is only up to your house. Inside the house, it's actually the homeowner's responsibility for gas safety. So really nobody has legislation on that, but the plumber, you call a plumber and they put in what the standard is. Well, now we're going to change the standards. The new standard hopefully will be the Bronner monitor.
And you have such a passion, and it's when you meet Ray in person, you can see it. What drives you? What makes you do it? Because you're a plumber by trade.
Yes. Well, it just seems, you know, I have friends and family, and you talk to this person, and they know somebody. Now they're approaching me. There was one incident, I was at a restaurant in town, and the person came over, he was handicapped and paraplegic, and he's limping, and I started telling the story to somebody else. He overheard and said, my 3 friends died. We were at a camping thing, and the gas leaked, and I made it out alive. And when I think of 110 people hospitalizing every day, I think they're okay, they're all better. Well, they're not. They're paralyzed from that. You know, 8 a day die, but also 110 are hospitalized. Now, in retrospect, if you said breast cancer kills 11 people a day, well, carbon monoxide kills 8. That's how big and important it really is. Just nobody's ever put the data together and really stepped back to solve the problem.
It's one of those things, yeah, when it happens in dribs and drabs, no one really thinks to really take charge. But you're doing that, and you've gotten press, but the exciting thing is you're involved in a competition now. You're going to Boston,
yep.
and that could really take you to the next step. Tell us about that.
This competition is called the Real Entrepreneur Boston Series. Hopefully they do one in Chicago, Miami, but right now I'm 1 of 5 for $1 million for my invention. And I think it was the passion that I had about it. You know, it's a TV show, and they're making it more like a game reality with your best idea, and you have to do this and pitch your idea to that. I've got my 1-minute pitch down in 59 seconds, and all my friends and family, every time I go out and talk to them, it's like, oh, here comes Ray with his pitch, and I go, listen, I got to practice with you guys. We're going to save 8 people a day.
But you know what it is? It's you're crazy about it because it makes sense.
Yes.
And it's something that is overlooked.
And we can fix it. It's a horrible threat that we can fix it and eliminate it. So I'm very passionate about it, and I found my calling. This is what I'm going to do, and hopefully everybody helps me and we get it off the ground and bring awareness to it.
That's what we were talking about earlier. It's, you were saying it's as if you were here on this earth to invent this and to help a lot of people's lives out there.
Yes, I'm very proud of it, and it's probably the most difficult thing I ever have to do, except the competing with the donkey. I said, but,
well, yeah, it's a good-looking donkey.
I'll tell you, it's tough competition here, but I'm going to do my best, and this is what I'm going to do.
Now, Ray, we're a little bit low on time, but just one more time, simply for everybody out there, because you know, gas, it's something not a lot of people understand. Simply, how does this machine work?
Okay, I patented a bracket, and I realized a lot of the snow shears coming off the roof, and they're breaking the brackets outside where it's leaking into the house also. This device enclosed the bracket to be safer. Also, I have ground sensors that I invented. Even though the gas department owns the pipe, I want to regulate that gas leaks. A lot of these old pipes are 100 years old in Western Mass or Massachusetts. My gas sensors go into the ground. It will alert this here automatically. We have a carbon monoxide detector and gas leak detector that will be mounted to the side of the house. But once it detects carbon monoxide, gas leak,
it goes off. So
and it shuts off the gas.
In a sense, if there's a gas leak, if there's a carbon monoxide leak, this will shut off, and then you'll be notified.
Also, we'll call me. I have an app. We'll call you. Say you're out at dinner with your wife or your girlfriend, and the babysitter left the gas on. And all of a sudden, the alarm will shut the gas off, call you at dinner, and say, hey, we got a problem at the home. The fire department doesn't need to rush over there, or ambulance rushing through the town. It'll be a non-emergency call. We'll check it out. But nobody needs to be frantic. You know, nobody needs to run for their life. It's a 21st century. Appliances making us run, right, and count heads at the mailbox and how many kids are my kids here, everything all right. I find it unacceptable, and I'm going to do something about it.
Entrepreneurs are instrumental in this country, and they've helped so many people in so many ways. So I thank you for the work.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Keep up the good work, Ray. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And if you want more information on this life-saving device, give Ray a call, 413-786-0045, or send him an email to the bronnermonitor@gmail.com, or visit them on Facebook. Just search for the Bronner Monitor.